Hi everybody, it's DrChemistry this time, and we're looking at GCSE Combined Science Chemistry Foundation Tier, Paper 1 and Paper 2, and we're looking at the advanced material for the 2022 exam and a bit of advice on what you need to know. So without further ado, let's have a look.
Right, first of all, okay, so this is from AQA, and as you can see, they're saying, this is your exam board, saying that the format and structures of the papers remain unchanged. So if you look at any past papers in the from previous years, they'll be pretty much the same format. For each paper, there is a list, and I'll show you the list, that shows the major focus of the content of the exam. So they're not showing it in rank order, they're just showing what the major focus is. And for you, what that means is where the most marks are. Each paper can cover some or all of the content in the listed topic. So obviously the major focus topics, there might be some, there might be a lot. Topics not assessed, either directly or through linked content, have also been listed, and unfortunately I'm going to show you in chemistry that's not a lot. The information is presented in spec order, and I'll talk about what specification order is, and not in question order. And you're still going to be assessed on all those things like the math skills, so percentage changes, all your kind of formulae that you would use in chemistry. Working scientifically skills as well will occur, particularly when they talk about required practicals. And they say it is not permitted to take this advanced information into the exam. I don't know why you would want to. Advice. So this is advice from AQA. So this is advice to the teachers really. So your teachers hopefully have still covered the entire subject content. Also, topics not talked about in the major focus may appear in low tariff questions or via linked questions. So that means just lower marks, there'll be less marks for those topics. So you still need to revise all of it really. And you will be expected to apply their knowledge to unfamiliar contexts. So they talk about spec codes. So if you were to type in this, or just type in Google AQA Combined Science specification, this would come up, and you can download this. This is like the teacher Bible. You could use it if your teachers haven't given you a checklist, you could use this as a checklist. So if I show you inside, you can see all the content of combined science, biology, chemistry, that's the bit we're interested today, and physics. So it shows all the things in there. Okay, and then it's split up. So this is what I mean by specification code. So 5.7 is organic chemistry, and if we split it even further, so 5.7.1 is carbon compounds as fuels and feedstock, and then it separates it even further into another hierarchical code. So there we go.
Okay, so let's look at the paper 1. Okay, so the major focus points are in green. You can see the topics not assessed. In fact, all the topics are going to be assessed. And so you're going to have to revise everything, unfortunately. But as you can see, there is quite a focus on 5.4 chemical changes and also energy changes as well, in terms of the required practicals and the major focus. So definitely have a look at that. I would say really important for chemistry is the atomic structure and periodic table section of work, and particularly they talk about the periodic table, which is really good. So talking about all the groups and things like that. And then bonding structure and the properties of matter, that's quite an important one. So how bonding and structure are related to property of substances and the structure and bonding of carbon. Now, even though, for example, quantitative chemistry isn't in there as a major focus, it will be what we call a lower tariff question. In other words, there will be smaller numbers or smaller marks of questions on those things. So unfortunately, you are going to have to learn the whole of paper 1. Paper 2, yep, not not much different really. As you can see, the only topic not assessed in chemistry is about carbon dioxide and methane as greenhouse gases. Everything else is there. I would say some of the major focuses there looking at that is the rate and extent of chemical change, 5.6. So rates of reaction, the required practical there. Chemical analysis, particularly chromatography. And then chemistry of the atmosphere as well, are very specific things, and Earth's resources and obtaining potable water. Okay, so there we go.
So I've got some takeaway advice here for you. So very few topics are removed, so you'll need to learn all, not just the major focus. Chemistry topics are linked. That's probably why they haven't removed anything. So before we go about complaining, it's just that everything is linked in chemistry. Learn key terms. I would say that for all your science exams. Common topic areas are assessed year after year by the exam board. So please go over past paper exam questions that your teachers give you, hopefully, in your revision. You should have a good understanding of the electron arrangement of atoms and how this relates to reactivity trends and the number and type of bonds that elements form. So even though it's not a major focus, it does come up time and again in different topics of chemistry. You should be able to confidently identify the bonding types, and those aiming to achieve a 5 can explain the properties of structures using their knowledge. So there's some takeaway advice for you.
Okay, I hope you found that useful. Please do subscribe to Dr. Biology, because I am going to be doing some chemistry quite soon. Good luck in your exams. Keep at it, guys. One big bit of advice is to try the whole paper. Even if you can't answer the question, just have a guess. Okay, so good luck, and I'll see you soon.